Hey, Tea Lounge, it's Fridays, and it's Skylar. I was planning on doing my update a little earlier, but I actually forgot I was working tonight, and I got a call, and they were like, coming to work, and I was like, oh, snap! So yeah, my background story about why it's so late. I always have one. Okay, and this week's topic is your opinion of Chaz Bono. Now, I think it's good to finally get someone who's trans out in the community that's not in a completely negative light, like being killed, or that's how a lot of that stuff gets in the media. I'm glad at least he's alive, he's trans, and he's not saying negative things about the trans community, for the most part. But I don't completely support how he represents the trans community. Because Chaz says everything very one-sidedly. Like, everyone has the same opinion about every little, individual thing in the community. Like, I think it was once he was talking about bottom surgery, and he said, I forget what it was, which way he went with it, but it's everyone has the same opinion on it, and I think he said that everyone doesn't like bottom surgery because everyone's turns out horrible. That's not true. Some people like what they have after surgery. Some people don't. Some people do. But it's up to their opinion. And, since he's one of the only people that are, transgender in the media light, for him to say something like that is kind of he needs to be aware that he's one of the first representatives we've ever had, and he needs to be not really... A lot of times when questions are directed at him about being transgender, he needs to answer for the trans community, not just about himself. Because there's plenty out there about himself. And, a lot of people use Chaz Bono, as, the stereotypical trans person. In no way is Chaz the stereotypical transgender person. He transitioned when he was a lot older. A lot of trans guys are starting their transition younger and younger and younger and younger and younger. And so, for him to say, oh yeah, stereotypically you'll be done transitioning at age 40. Transition for everyone's a little different. I might be done at age 25. Who the hell knows? Some people consider transition over a lifetime, and a whole lifetime's transitioning, whether or not you're actually transgender or not. Everyone has a different transition, so it's they put a deadline on it. It's kind of really? But, yeah. So, I know, personally, my mom, every single thing I say about being trans, she immediately compares it to Chaz Bono, because she conveniently read his book. Yeah, I quickly provided her with another book on being transgender. My boyfriend sent it to me to have her read, because, well, now she uses that book like the Bible, too. But it's being transgender isn't something that can necessarily be embodied by a book. It's every single person is different. It's just when you're meeting new people, you never meet two people that are exactly the same. So it's you can't assume that just because you're all transgender, all of you are going to handle your emotions the same way, your transition the same way. So a lot of people think, oh, every single trans person is just like Chaz Bono. No, we are not all just like Chaz Bono. So you can't use someone as a stereotypical poster child. A stereotypical poster child for someone who's trans, there's no such thing. There are trans guys that are aging from 14 to the oldest trans guy alive. I have no idea. But, pretty old probably. So it's and they age, and they range from all spectrums of sexuality, from gay to strictly not homosexual, heterosexual, or queer, fluid. And they range from extremely feminine to extremely masculine, or somewhere in between. So there can't really be a poster child. There's not even there's no poster child for anything in this community. So it's I feel Chaz Bono it's good for us to get out there and have exposure, but at the same time, it's everyone's Chaz Bono now. It's like, not really. I'm not very much like Chaz Bono. I mean, I don't look very Chaz Bono-y. I don't act very Chaz Bono-y. I think I can dance better. Okay, that was a little mean, but still. So we all get the point that, like, no one can be a stereotypical poster child, and I feel like that's what the world's trying to do to Chaz Bono. They're trying to, like, immortalize him as the transgender stereotype. There's no such, you can't really stereotype a transgender person. Like, there are stereotypes of everyone, but I don't feel any stereotype could accurately describe every single trans person. Since, like, a stereotype only apply to, like, that much of the percentage of, like, people existing. So, yeah. But I don't want this video to be 6 minutes long, so I hope you have a great weekend. Get you later, and yeah.